everybody, welcome back to Northern Lion Plays Monster Train. I don't know why it's not playing the sound effects. Dunk. We died like on the final boss, on the final room last time. I would say that's about as close as you can get, honestly. Now, I think we're due for another Melting Remnant run. To be honest, I know I've said honestly 45 times now in the start of the video. We're only 28 seconds in. We have an Awoken, you're the debuff buff remover, yes. We've done one run as the Remnant, and we crushed it, like, destroyed. I will say, I think plus 40 HP on the Pyre is underrated, in my opinion. I think your Pyre being tanky allows you to have more capacity to take trials early on, but cards with Consume doing 30 damage, it was nice for us last time. There might be a little recency bias there. I actually think let's go heavy on the Pyre plating and then just take every trial no matter what. Okay, so I think we have an obligation. When a unit dies, you get plus... But this is horrible. When a unit dies, you get plus 5. Ew. That's just like... Look, I understand units will be dying a lot, but... What, you never do, like, any damage? We gotta do Reform again. Reform was just... 5 HP means nothing to me. Oh, you can take, like, one more hit? Big whoop. So, I don't want to just roll the same build we rolled last time, even though it worked. I'd like to experience some of the other options here. But at the same time, I mean, that was a gimme. You're not gonna take that one. So I think we play you on the bottom floor. Because on any other floor, you'll for sure be killed. And, really, like, apart from that, we're just gonna put a Train Steward in front. There's really nothing else to be done. We might as well just do it like this. And again, we're okay with our Pyre taking some hits, because really, our Pyre, with the plating, it was really just there so we can get more trials in the future. So on this one, we're gonna Glimmer for the cash. And then, we do want our dregs to die. But we wouldn't mind if they also did a bunch of damage first. So let's put a draft down here. So at least we'll get some hits in. And then, I think you only do 2 damage. Let's put 2 dregs up here. And you might as well just keep it rolling. For whatever reason, I feel like, and this could end up coming back to bite me. But for whatever reason, I feel like I understand, how to play as this deck. Now, I'll tell you, I wouldn't mind keeping our Pyre from taking a little bit of damage. Do we have like a Burnout 1 unit that could do it? It's only 2 damage. It do be only 2 damage, though. I think we really... Just gonna say, we wanna, if possible, get out in front of you. This unit having Burnout 1, we really just want to put them up here so they might get Reformed next turn. I think, like, this is how you play it. You just summon your trash units and then wait for Reform to bring them back so they're slightly less trash. Okay, so we're doing almost no damage here. But we at least destroy the healer. Now you're in a spicy spot. We got a much stronger unit that just came out. Restore is irrelevant. I think honestly you put a Train Steward on or 2 Train Stewards on the top floor and get ready for, hopefully we'll draw the card that allows us to Reform for floor 2. We did. And, we reformed a Train Steward. Not ideal. That's enough though. Alright, so, like, not bad at all. Not bad at all. We don't have our super enablers yet, but like for a good Reform build, but we're getting there. How about Consume? Apply Burnout 3, Takedown, to friendly Burnout units. So it's really keeping your units alive, which does not interest us at all. Enhance a friendly unit with plus 5, and then apply Burnout 2. What I like about this is we could take a non-Burnout unit, and then apply Burnout 2, and then get it to Reform and get stronger and stronger. But I really feel like, I know we took it last time, but we've only done 1 run as this character, so like, I don't feel too bad. We definitely would like some damage spells. I don't feel too bad about going back to the well. But I feel like Molded is just giving you gas non-stop, right? So, making units stronger, I definitely see the value there because we're playing a lot of units in comparison to our last run. The only spell we really want to come around is Molded. But honestly, I do think that our units being trash is kind of okay to start with. This is exactly what I wanted. I feel bad even asking. But now we have a 0-cost Molded every single turn after we draw it for the first time. And hear me out here. I really feel like we have no reason to have restores in this deck at all. Glimmer is at least AoE. So I'll make I mean, I don't even want to make a restore consume. I don't see a reason to spend money here. We're not going to reroll, obviously. Oh, sorry, we have more money. I think the faster you get these restores out of your deck, the more consistent your deck becomes. And now we're in the same exact position. We don't want to reroll and have no money, but so I think Molded gives us a lot of space here. And again, with the Plated Pyre, we're going to take every available advantage we can get. And in this case, that available advantage is just, you know, turning on every single trial that exists. So, you're going to do a lot of damage. This time, I think we actually always prefer our champion up at the top. I'm like, bizarrely, I don't mind summoning you just to die. I know it may seem like it makes no sense whatsoever. Oh, and you have... Oh, you don't have haste, you have spikes. So if we can find a way to hit you, that would be sick. But, we definitely like Glimmer here. Without spikes, you're much less scary. I think we definitely like Glimmer here. And without spikes, you're much less scary, by the way. And we can at least hit you for 20 on the way up. And we're reforming... It's just when we get Molded, which we still didn't, but when we get Molded, things are getting real interesting. So we like to summon our high burnout units. We really, like, if a high burnout unit could, like burnout 2 even, if you could die early, that would be nice for me. And then we'll summon our other units at the back here. Train Steward. I'm almost like, I sort of don't think you play a Train Steward like at all, but we can at least put one back there, I suppose. Like, I think these Train Stewards have no reason to exist already, which is really early, I'll admit. So we love a Molded for sure. And we get to choose. You definitely go for this unit right here. You love Glimmer, just to take out the spikes. And then the question is, how do you want to do this? You're doing 8 damage. Let's put our 10 damage unit in front then. Obviously you're dying, but you are taking out a unit in the process. I'm very proud of you. Now you're doing 28 damage. That's some good stuff. Now you're doing 43 damage. That's some good stuff. I don't even think we play a Train Steward on the middle floor. You might be like, but there's going to be capacity. But I don't think there is, because we get Molded every turn. And we get another unit back by default from our champion still being alive. So hear me out. You get Molded. You go for this son of a gun right here. Watch the damage. There's 94. Might as well hit you with one of these for 0. Okay, so we got burnout 3 on you. Put you just one back. Now you're dead. And we got one more of you. Look at it, just... Okay, so we're starting to pop. This is not a gold-focused build yet, like we had last time, but it's definitely... is doing what needs to be done. On Extinguish, deal 35 damage to the front enemy unit. Drip Fall. I like this. Descend a unit. I feel like it's just fun to play around with the verticality in this game. So I'm going to take it. It's not gold yet, which is another incentive that I will not lie about. I actually think that having the Awaken here is worth nothing for us. In my true heart of hearts, I feel like having the Awakened exist is not worth anything. But I will say, Reform gives a unit +5. I actually think we can make something happen with Animus of Will. I know you're like, Paraffin Thug was great for us last time. It got us a lot of money. It would also be good here, I think. But, and it's not a big but, it's a little but. I think the Animus getting reformed, you know, you could have this unit doing like, you know, pretty realistically, 18 times 3 with burnout 3 pretty quickly. And then if they die, you just bring them back next turn anyway. So I think we want the free relic. Our spells are already pretty sick. When you summon the second unit during a turn, gain 3 energy. Okay, so I would say as of right now we have unlimited energy. Wickless Tycoon, I don't think you need the Thug to enable it. We're going to let a lot of units die in front of this guy. Crystals. Make 1 unit heavy as heck. Make 1 unit 1 capacity. Do we even have any non-1 capacity units? Kind of. Or do you want to make a unit much tankier? Sorry, does this give plus 30 attack? Alright, you've sold me. I actually think this time, now we automatically have a 33 times 3 with 33 HP. Repeating, of course. So we have a behemoth now. And I think that this is going to be disgustingly good. And we'll just keep summoning garbage in front of you to keep you alive. And if you die, you come back, you get even stronger. Although you do die faster due to burnout. But still, like, this Animus of Quickness, this is what it was born for. And I can't believe I had the audacity to say that the Awakened were trash. Alright, well. It's not a great situation. You don't like to draw Molded early, but you play it anyway because of Holdover. And I think you're gonna do 12 damage next turn. So you guys should be able to live here. But also give me a lot of money, which is the real money maker. So I think we love this. Thanks for the 20 gold. The only reason I wouldn't play Animus of Will in the middle is because it does make it hard to get more capacity. Because we want units to die up in front. And you're like, you can't play it in the middle. Actually, you know what? You're completely right. I can't get the energy to play it in the middle via a descend regardless. So do you put an Animus of Will on the bottom? I don't know. You take, you'd live with like 3 HP. Not a great play, in my opinion. I think this might be a weird one where you just kind of like sit on it. You could move the Rector down. And then put Animus of Will. Oh, we don't have the mana anymore to play, man. I mean, this is just... It's not an amazing play, for sure. We gain essentially nothing. Now, we're not too worried about you. And then we made the same mistake here. Now we got no space for us to put other units up in front. But... we want our big multi-strike units out here. So we're at least getting a kill. And then we want a unit up in front. Even if it dies, it's body blocking. And then we might as well just keep some other units back here. And then a Train Steward. Playing it just to die, I think it matters for some units. I don't think it matters for our Train Steward at all. Brief respite? No. One more floor than a brief respite. Okay. Now this is a floor. The Glimmer is of chief importance. Do we care about you guys? Yes and no. I think for sure you have haste. I mean, we could just... I think you just Glimmer this floor. I think you guys just get out of here. I think Vine Grasp does very well against you. Then, this is kind of great. Because at least we're killing the unit at the front. But I think actually we'll even kill all of the units, which is even better. I don't really want a Train Steward at the bottom. I think it's not relevant. So I think we're playing this slightly wrong. But it's interesting, nonetheless. So we gotta get rid of the haste. And again, we really should play a unit in front of you to get killed and give us more money, but... Don't take this as, like, hubris, but we have you no matter what. It's just a question of how we have you. Yeah, that makes sense. Anyway, so you're gonna die, but at least you're taking out that unit in the process. And then the Animus behind us is good enough to get the kill by itself. This is without even having molded. So, like... That's a pretty good proof of concept that this runs where we want it to be right now. What we definitely need, energy is not a concern. We need more capacity. On extinguish, return a random defeated unit to your hand and enhance it with plus 40? Yes. I choose yes. And I don't think we need any of these. We don't need the energy. We're going to get so much energy from playing cheap garbage units anyway and then getting that 3 energy refund that it's completely okay. I really don't think we need unit upgrades, but I for sure think we win more by removing stuff from our deck and making our deck way more consistent than by anything else right now. So, I mean, a third multi-strike is really all I need to say on that one, I think. And of course, you know, you doing more damage on your first multi-strike is pretty solid. And then plus 25 HP. It's not something we really want because we actually like it when our units die, but we'll get it going here. And again, we're going for removal, and the train stewards have no reason to exist. You might say, oh, but they could get plus 40 if they get resummoned. Yeah, but like, so could every unit that we have. Plus 40 on a train steward actually like means less than plus 40 on other units. Multi-strike is dangerous, but again, we have pyre plating. So we're now going back to that early philosophy that we had, where we're gonna say, like, you know, it's up to the pyre now. Make the pyre do what we needed to do. Now, drawing 2 train stewards on turn 1 is just like, what can you say? It's just bad luck. So we'll put an Animus of Will out here. Now we got a ton of energy. You're both dying. And we'll really just summon a train steward up in front to block a little bit. Unfortunately, that train steward is going to end up being reformed. You're already done. Okay, hold on. So we really want the Tycoon up here. We want you guys to burn out, like, out of control. Glimmer helps us out a lot here. You're dead, which is great. And then, you know what? You just go ahead and grab this train steward. Maybe the train stewards aren't worthless. They're there, like, as body blockers. And I want to point out, we made the enemy unit stronger, but it's hilarious because they're also multi-strike. So it should be even worse than it actually is for us, but instead it's going totally fine. So if we're going to descend the unit, we have to keep in mind it's going to descend at the back. So we can't put a human shield up top and then put it in front of this unit. So I think we look at this more like this bad boy right here. And I think that's very good stuff. And you know what? I think we actually could really have an advantage to having our Wealth Lord on the bottom floor. And then we'll just put this dude up here so he's likely to burn out and get stronger over time. So we have a 49 and 3 drag, which is pretty nice. You need to go for sure. You're living again, which is hilarious. Now we can't play anything in front of you, though. So that maybe was not our wisest maneuver. So really, I think one of the strengths of playing as this character, you really, like, don't have to think about it at all. What a sound, dude. You've got to be dying. I was going to say, these guys are doing so much damage. Like, you're getting torched out here. Some good stuff happening here. Let's put it that way. So we don't really want to descend anybody. Oh, we'd like to descend a unit that doesn't have burnout. Or has high burnout. But it doesn't really work well here. Like, draft gets a little better. 20, 23, 14. I actually think, weirdly enough, you go Train Steward, Descend, just to get that extra 20 damage multiple times. The Glimmer is unlikely to even keep you alive one time. So, I think we play, like, low burnout units. That's a good energy refund, so at least we can do that. You really want your low burnout units to die, so we put them out there. And I think our first floor is going to suck. We only do 43 damage, which is admittedly pretty bad. 46 damage is slightly better, but... 55 damage is slightly better. We're not going to kill him. That would be great if we could get that going, but we can't. Alright, so we have a dreg that's pretty good. A couple of drafts. The only question that I have is like whether or not these guys are even going to live long enough. And I don't think they will. But if they burn out, we're going to reform them anyway. Take a 186. And the real problem here is that they burned out too fast. For sure. So we for sure want to summon one amazing unit. Yeah, okay, that's what we were looking for. But then we can't summon you unless we could descend you, but we can't. So that was actually really dumb. 214. Obviously, that's not going to change too much. We can at least... but you're going to die before you even get a chance. But then we can bring you back next turn. Okay, yeah. This will work, but it also... More than anything else, it really just taught me that we got to be a little bit more careful. Yeah. We gotta play this a little bit more conscientiously. Dude, wing clippings. Consume cards, mages, discard. I don't even know if that works with what we got going on here, but we're happy to see it regardless. Subsuming Blade is just our piercing dagger. I think we like Memento Mori again. We have so many units dying, I think it's well worth it. Again, I really just don't feel like any of this does anything for us. Although, admittedly, healing our Animus is nice. But we can heal it by bringing it back to life as well. I think we just like a little bit more HP, mostly because our spell power is not relevant. And I do think the HP is worth something. We could have skipped it for gold, but most of our units that we want to die are going to die anyway, in one hit. Like, if they have 1 HP, now they have 4 HP, they're still going to die in one hit. I'm not sweating that. So we would like... Really, like, Vine Grasp is great. Or actually, even Glimmer is great, because we can play it for... No, we can't play it for 0. You want to put this on X cards. I think putting this on Vine Grasp is fine. And then making Drip Fall cheaper. We should have made Memento Mori cheaper. Remove Consume and cost +1 is more what we're looking for. But we want to make Memento Mori cheaper regardless. Although energy is like so far and away not a concern for us at all. Sure, we still like a Glimmer getting stronger. I think we misplayed that slightly for sure, but I still think we're in a very nice position moving forward to not have to sweat things too much, and we have a shopkeeper of some sort. Random Hellhorn consumable. Random Melting Remnant consumable. We'll go with the Melting Remnant. Apply Burnout 3 to friendly Burnout units. It is good for, like, our final boss fight, and, like, well, really, any boss fight. Might as well try the other one. Unplayable, reserve, restore 5 pyre health. We already have pyre plating, brother. Sure, random Stygian guard. This one we will collect, I think. Because Memento Mori can allow us to do a bunch of damage. But it's weird having spell weakness be not a focus of our run, but like a little value add. Sycophants of Seraph. Again, in this one, if you take pyre plating, you're getting no value out of this relic. I think you have to do essentially every trial that you think won't literally kill you. Alright, so... I think we still start with Wickless Tycoon at the bottom. Even though we could have stopped him at the top, I kind of just don't care. Full stop. We can still stop him at the top. We got a Rector Flicker up here. And then I think you just play 3 units. Like, 11, so you'll live. There you go. That's the way we want to set this up. There you go. All 3 of you are still dying. We just happen to get 20 gold out of it as well. 0 of our units have died. Uh-oh. Stinky. So, we want the gold. All y'all who've seen the Leprechaun say yeah. And I think we just for sure want an Animus down here at the bottom. And this guy's not really supposed to be a tank. But here we are. There's no real reason to... Well, we play that for holdover, but everything else, like... Good damage. At least now we finally had some units die, so we're getting advantages out of it. Again, this is why we have Pyre plating in the first place. So you're going to make this guy quite strong. Do we have a Descend? We don't have Descend on this one. I can't believe you're living. That's incredible to me. So we love this. Just for you to get out there and tank that hit's incredible. We have no units that can be brought back, which is surprising to me. It's a lot of energy. We're not going to get to enough damage to kill you. So I don't even know if it's worth playing a Train Steward. I do think we still want staggering amounts of gold, and our Animus is going to do the work for us to begin with. So that's quite nice. And, I mean, you have Burnout 1. We might as well play you. We could have played you down here, to be fair. You're going to do 13 damage. We'll play you down here anyway. You'll die on the next turn, if not on this turn. The more units that die, the better for us. So if we have a unit that's going to die and it's trash, play it. We only really want to keep, like, 2 units alive. Maybe 3 if you count our champion, but even that's a little ambitious. So you're doing damage. You hate to see that. There's so many ways out of this. We'll start here. It got preserved, which is hilarious. You must, you know, feel so bad right now. We'll get some awesome reformed units out here, maybe. Although I kind of do like the idea of bringing you back. But you don't really... You know what? I think you do something for us. I think we bring you up here. All of a sudden, you die. Doesn't allow us to get the kill, but still. Alright, and then descending a unit is just like... We might as well bring you down. Then we're going to get 5 gold. You have Burnout 2, we might as well send you up. Okay, great stuff, great stuff. We're doing good work. Brain's expanding a little bit, but, you know, that's a good thing. Don't really know, like, what I'm doing right here. I don't know what I'm playing, I guess is a better way to talk about it. We want you to burn out. We want you to burn out. You have Burnout 1, we want you to burn out. We want you to burn out. You have Burnout 3. I don't think we play you when we hope to draw you a little later. Alright, so the boss is not dying. Which is, admittedly, actually kind of surprising to me. But do we have, like, a super unit? I think we'd rather have the... Burnout 2 is, like, kind of trash. What about Burnout 4? But you're doing so much more damage with your Burnout 2. Alright, so hear me out here. The sweep is bad. That's the real danger here. That's a good preserve. We like Glimmer just to dust you a little bit. Now you're taking 317. So I think we like... Right, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. You're taking 345, which is still pretty bad. I think we put you up here for the burnout. I think we... I think we can get away with playing you. So what we're trying to do now... And in fact, I don't know why I even said it like trying as if it's impossible. But it's not as easy as... Well, actually, Memento Mori is going to do a lot for us if only we could get Spell Weakness. We need to keep enough capacity on a floor. So, and this is... I've now got it solved and I'm so excited. We need to keep enough capacity on a floor. So, when we get the Animus killed... we can summon them on the second floor and then the third floor again. And then there's nothing to worry about. So, like, resin removal, I really don't feel like it does anything for us, even though it's hilariously named. In fact, it might even be worse if you consider Burnout a debuff, because we don't want to remove that. Memories of the Melted. It gives us too much energy with not enough draw. And I really feel like most of the time we end up not even needing Steel Wicks. I think this is like a slow add too much to this deck. I think we like the Custodian because we need more draw more than we need anything else. Well, we need capacity maybe a little bit more, but I'm very content with where this run is. So to duplicate any non-champion unit, a second Memento Mori would be pretty sick. I think that matters more than any unit we could get. And we're going to have so much gold if we make it through this to upgrade spells in the future. A second Animus is also good, but we really have no way to play it. A second Molded is also good. We got a lot of good options, let's put it that way. +1 capacity each floor, +3 capacity on a random floor, -1 capacity on each floor. Okay, so it's got to be 1 or 2. I feel like maybe +3 on a random floor. It's obviously better when it's the bottom, so we can get the gold synergy rolling with the wealthy steward or whatever his name is. But even if it doesn't get rolling on the bottom floor, having one floor where we can just go off and like summon 8 Wickless, I think is going to be fantastic. So our super floor is the bottom floor, which you love to see. We really want to summon 3 units so we get our energy back first here. Is this going to cause us problems? I don't think so. I think we summon you up here. I think we can go draft. There's our energy. We definitely like Animus. And all of a sudden, all these units are already dying, which is hilarious. And then Ultimate Penance, we just get it out of our deck, and it's purged, which is even better. There's no real reason to play Descend. We like having our Rector on the top floor. Okay, so we do Wickless Tycoon. There you go. So he tends to go at the back if we're going to have a lot of units die on the floor. And you definitely still play him here. I think you play him at the back, and then we just protect our Animus by playing more at the front. Didn't preserve, but that's okay. This is a very great start. It's like an extremely great start. So you might as well get the energy refund first, right? First get this out there. It preserved, which is awesome. You come out here. You come out here. There's our energy. Now we can play you. What do you do here? Nobody's really taking damage, but might as well kill the units as well. I don't know, man. Nobody's taking any damage, so you just play this for the holdover. It's one of those runs where it's not looking great for the enemy. We really do like Formless up at the front, and then 2 randoms getting popped back in here. What a sound. More draw, always nice, and then we play this just to play it, and we pass our turn, because the Train Steward is not worth anything. I am surprised we couldn't get through those units, though. That is a surprise to me. So Memento Mori is already doing 60 damage. The 2 units at the front dying means nothing to me. But what does mean something to me is getting a Molded out there so we can play a 0-cost Formless Child and continue to buff our units. Did we get the +40 unit? We didn't. Okay. So we got to play some cheap units up here so we get energy back. This is a beautiful situation. And we love playing these units that burn out, dude. It's making Memento Mori even stronger. So what do we like? I think we still... I don't know where we like playing Spell Weakness now that I think about it. It doesn't seem like it's going to do too much for us on the boss, but... Okay, so we're going to bring back Formless Child yet again. This is just going to keep making some units stronger. It's not really hitting our Animus, but that's a good thing because our Animus is living. You're all dying, which is fantastic news. We have a Burnout 1, so we're going to put our Burnout 1, which I just now realized is a 62 up there. Now, you're not dying. That's like borderline offensive to me that you would not die. So now you're dying, and the Train Steward has no reason to live. So remember the most important thing. Keep 4 capacity on every floor, if possible, so that you can, you know what? Here's what we do then. Well, no, you have 4 capacity. Yeah, we can't change that. Okay. But don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You're only taking 3 damage. I have a feeling that's going to change. We want our energy refund first. Yeah, we want your burnout to go up. We also want you to die so that we can get it up even faster. In order to play what we want to play, we kind of have to play a Train Steward. Which is very stinky. So I think we just accept having low energy this time, and we don't play our Memento Moris. Which hurts me, because those Memento Moris are quite nice. But I really think it's just sense and sensibility. We have no reason not to keep space for our Animus, because our Animus is doing the most damage. So we really, you do a lot of damage. What we want to do is just put slightly tanky units in front of you, or hit you with damage spells. Or put like a super good unit behind, but that's not the play. The play is molded, and then you'll take 1 hit, so we can do another 33 times 4. Which is beautiful. And then you'll take 1 hit as well. So now we're doing 500 damage, which is a lot better. And we could descend the unit, but with the burnout, I don't know. Hello, Ruka. Well, you are doing 54 damage. Okay, so I think you do summon this and then descend. Now you're taking 700. Memento Mori's doing some work. Glimmer's doing some work. Now you don't summon a drag because we can bring back the Animus later. We'll bring back the Animus next turn to absolutely dominate you. Alright, so there's nothing wrong with that. Even, I was just going to say a Memento Mori will probably kill you, but this is just a demonstration now. Now you can bring back the Animus every turn. You're only taking 152, which is surprising to me. But this is an energy refund, and now we got a tank in front. And, I mean, you just play Memento Mori, really, at this point. But we'll kill you with a Glimmer. That was easy, but it does have me concerned for the final boss, because it wasn't a stomp, necessarily. Certainly, Wildwood Tome having quickness is worth a lot. I think at this point we would prefer that maybe to, especially because it may not go away, and we do still want the capacity. We would prefer that to another Memento Mori. I think we're doing fine on the Memento Moris. I think we are in spell upgrade territory, and the first thing we're going to do is remove, like, again, the Train Stewards have no reason to exist. Glimmer at least does something. The Train Stewards are straight up dead draws right now. And we will get our champion upgraded first. I get the idea that you could reform your champion and make your champion strong, but that's not the way we roll our deck right now. So, for Soiten, we don't need more reform per turn. We should have 4 per turn as soon as we draw molded, combined with our champion. So, a Memento Mori being drawn every turn. Unless we could remove Consume. A Memento Mori drawn every turn is very nice. And then a cheaper Memento Mori is also nice. And then I think you refresh. I don't really like the magic power. Permafrost, I get that you like hold a Wildwood Tome until you feel like you need it, but it doesn't really interest me. I think now we're in like Purge territory. But what do you purge? Well, I'll level with you. I don't think Spell Weakness has actually been that good for us. It does do 30 damage for 0, but is that as good as other cards we could be playing? Could we scale faster if we didn't have it? I'll tell you, the Glimmer, I mean, it feels like there's been opportunities where it's been pretty good, but has it been good enough? I don't really want to purge any of our units. They seem like decent enough. Energy has really not been a concern. You gotta do something with it, though, right? Like, maybe I'll say putting the Glimmer in your hand until it's actually relevant does make it better. And we'll upgrade it. We might as well spend out here, I guess, is my philosophy. We haven't played Drip fall that much, but it being free makes it more tempting. Pardon me. I actually do feel like the faster we cut dregs, the better we do. But we can also save up for a huge relic shop in the future, which I think is what I'm focused on now. Come on, man. I still like this a lot. Yeah. And the claw has always been good for us. We have nothing we can do. We could have made the claw cheaper, which would have been nice. Or permafrost. But I don't like putting permafrost on consume cards, honestly. Unless it's like, literally, if you draw this and hold it for the final boss, you win. I'd rather put it on a card that comes up more often. Okay, so our middle floor is the dream this time. You still always like you on the top. You're gonna do 17 damage. We don't mind this at all, although it doesn't do anything for us. Sometimes it takes us a while to get started. Okay, you're dying, which is nice. You're taking a lot of damage. Less nice. Spell shield. Real pain in the butt. But anyway, you gotta get up at the front here. The Animus exists to be on this floor, which is wonderful news. Now, in terms of Glimmer, this floor is pretty bodied. I think you'd rather just purge those spell shields up there. I wish we could do more, but we can't. You're gonna go up at the front and tank some hits. If you die, that's fine. And again, if our pyre takes damage, that's also fine. That's what the plating is there for. You're dying. Not a surprise. We want extra draw, for certain. And we want a unit in front of you that can maybe tank a hit. You're not going to tank 2 hits, unfortunately, but you will tank a hit. So I think our wealthy tycoon is still going to die. But it saves us from taking a little bit more damage on the backside here. You've been super buffed. Okay, 1 unit's going down. We're not going to get the other unit, so our pyre is actually going to get, like, pretty shellacked on this one. It's a lot of damage. I know, that's Flex Seal or whatever, right? So we do prefer you to be quick. And even when you die, you're probably going to come back. But as far as reform goes, we still want the Formless Child, which will now give us a big energy refund. Oh, no, 1 more and we'll get a big energy refund. It did still move you. I actually didn't expect that. You guys are both dying, which is great news. We do need somebody in front of you just to take... I mean, 2 hits would be ideal. And you will take 2 hits. Wonderful news. I'm like, does this work? Sure, why not? So you're going to die to the pyre, and we're kind of leaving you in the lurch here, which is ideal. There you go. I think we definitely want to just keep things moving here. Spell Shield is a real nasty counter to what we got going on here. But I think we got way out in front. Alright. So I think maybe you don't even like the Wickless Tycoon here. I think maybe you're going a little bit more for something spectacular. Glimmer really does nothing for us now. I'd rather have it out of our deck. We want to summon first, though. Okay, hold on. Yes. Now remember, what do? I would even leave the middle floor open, so you have capacity for the Animus next turn. You might as well... I mean, you can't summon you here. Burn out 3 multi-strike. You know what? I thought maybe that would remove your spell weakness at least. We like you in here. And then we want to keep 4 open here as well. So it's really just like... It's not great. But if we play a dreg, we'll have so much space in that middle floor. Yeah, we can live with that. Just to slow him down. All right. So remember, it's not about killing him immediately, although it would be nice. What you want to do is just make sure you're still getting out in front of him. So we don't like that descend yet. First, you bring back a one-space unit, like that. It's good. Now... we do this. You're burnout 3. I think we just move you down. You're taking 612, which is good. Now, summoning a dreg is unnecessary. You glimmer, but really, the heal is okay, but you're just glimmering to get the spell weakness down on them, or the spell shield down on them. This is all about the Animus coming out stronger next time. It do be preserving, though. Little light on units. I can't help but notice a little light on the unit front here. Oh, you don't keep your quickness, huh? That sucks. We're gonna glimmer you, and then Memento Mori is gonna hit you pretty hard. I'm surprised we weren't able to get more units out here. 53. You'll take a couple hits. You love to see that. Oh, spell weakness. Alrighty, alrighty. Don't think we need it. The gold, dude. The gold. Don't think we need it. Really, we need more draw en masse more than anything else. We're on the final boss. Okay. So what do we need? Spell upgrades and relics. 100%. This is not necessary, in my opinion. So let's look for spell upgrades first. Remove consume, but it gets more expensive. Or, like, I don't think we need this. Spell weakness has a certain je ne sais quoi. I think the spell weakness is more relevant, even though it's bizarre. I'll admit the bizarreness of it. And then let's make something cheaper that shows up a lot. Not that energy's a concern for us. Glimmer, really, just, it doesn't really matter. We'll reroll and see what else we can get. Holdover to apply spell weakness a lot. It does make our problems with our deck more apparent. Like we're not drawing enough cards. But let's hope maybe we can get something here that helps us. Apply rooted to enemy units when they enter the floor before the pyre room. But here's the thing. Removing all buffs, 50% chance, I like. These don't interest me enough. Extinguish abilities trigger an additional time. We only have one extinguish, but I think it's good enough to spend considering our situation. And then we can at least... Yeah, I don't regret that, honestly. I think that unit is going to get out of control as a result. And we can still spend on this. It's going to go on a consume unit either way. Let's put, there you go. Or consume spell. I mean, it's alright, we don't need to be here. In terms of removal, I really almost feel like you just don't remove anything. We have like a very tight 22-card deck, in my opinion. And what do? You remove the debuffs and buffs? I don't know how that's going to work here, so I'm just going to choose to not think about it. I will say I don't think spell weakness is going to do a lot against you, but it'll... Okay, top floor gets the bonus. Now that's an interesting situation we find ourselves in. So you always go down here. You're doing 30 damage turn 1. Doesn't bother me. So I think... You love to see that be preserved. There you go. We're taking no damage. And we're taking names. Okay, so Ember Drain is horrible. But that's where quickness comes in. As being like a huge positive for us. So you like the Tycoon in front. And I think you just like this Glimmer. And I mean, why do we want the money? We like you burning out. Like you being destroyed. And then, you know, just to keep you from taking 10 damage, why not? Okay. It's a bummer because we'd really like to get Formless Child out there, but We can wait. So we like the custodian. And really, we're just playing these just to get them out there. Some of you are going to live to the next floor. We might as well take this opportunity to play you up there. They did do some damage, too. You can't hate on the damage, dude. This floor is completely okay. Do we want... Oh, well, you can steal Pulley Claw. And really, that's like... It's a gimme on you. But first, we'd like to summon some units if possible. Are you kidding me? We have 1 unit to summon? We can't get the energy boost this turn? Are you crazy? I just walked over here. So I think you get out of here. I super don't want to get Ember Drained. It's pretty good, huh? I don't want 2 of you on the same floor, but like... I don't really mind like 2 of you on the same floor. And everything's going fine here. We should probably be stacking this spell weakness on the boss, for sure. Things are moving quick. Alright, so they've removed their spell weakness. I guess the boss will always remove spell weakness on themselves, which is not good. Which means, actually, we're in the right to not cast spell weakness on the boss, ideally. So, we want Formless Child. Every time we get Formless Child, we want it. And then, we want to get energy bonuses. And the top floor is just a gimme because we have so much capacity. You guys have got to get killed. And we'd like to do even more damage to you. I think this is definitely a situation where we say, you know what? Wouldn't mind just descending you. We're gonna... Yeah, you're right. We're not killing you, which is kind of incredible. Now we're killing you. And let's get some more spell weakness going here. Mostly, I'm just trying to keep units from getting to the pyre. It's a very simple play. Oh my god, our extinguish abilities triggering twice is now madness. So I think this is the floor where you just treat it as like a good opportunity for an energy bonus. And everything else you get out of the units is just gravy. You already have quickness. Who else gets quickness? I don't mind giving this guy quick. He didn't preserve. But, you know, he may take slightly less damage as a result. He's gonna love this. Now he's taking 8 damage. And we're gonna kill you before you kill us, which is amazing as well. Now, you guys are not all dying, so we're gonna keep stacking this floor. Formless Child. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no, no. Oh, it's at the 7-unit limit, of course. It's at the 7-unit limit. What was I thinking? It's still, you're still good down here. Now, if we could at least minimize the damage somebody takes, but I don't really care to minimize the damage you take. I think we actually just do it like that. It's getting a little insane. I still think it owns, to be clear, but it is getting a little insane. So you always want your units first. And really, Formless Child is doing unbelievable stuff for us. I think this time you might be better off out here. And we, honestly, you don't really care about a Glimmer on you, because you're going to get toasted anyway. And we'll just keep applying spell weakness. I know he's purging, like, all of it or almost all of it. Might as well put a drag out here. The energy's getting legit. I would prefer if you took even more damage, so that's very nice for me. We're getting a lot of money that we can't use because this is, like, over anyway. We have no units to use this with. You guys are actually going to make it to the pyre. We could have considered a Glimmer on the top floor for sure. But you did get killed in one hit. Oh my god, we're on the final wave? Okay, what do you need? Capacity on this floor. Most important thing, capacity on this floor. And the faster you guys die, the better off we're going to be. So I think you actually mold here. Our champion died. That's pretty spicy. I think you definitely want your champion back. obviously. And let's just put them at the back up here. You guys already have spell weakness. We gotta start here then. And we might as well, like, descend you. How much damage you take? 500? It's pretty good. Now it's all about if we can get it happening again. Now with Memento Mori, you got great spell weakness here. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. What can you say? We actually, we don't lose with the Melting Remnant. It's just that easy. That was under an hour, too. I don't know what to say. Covenant rank 6 defeated? We found our win condition, and I can't believe I thought spell weakness was not going to help out. Some basic enemies have additional blah blah. Lots of golden cards. I'm not afraid. Not even reading the cards, because I already know it don't matter. And let's see what we know. We're moving one up on the leaderboard. Sorry, Cobalt Streak, no offense. Sorry, Bear Taffy, no offense. We gotten up there. Hafu is one, and Roomba have one more. It's been like an hour since I played my last one. Because this video took an hour. Anyway, if you enjoyed the episode, please do click the like button. I'm going to assume you enjoyed it. They take a long time to make, and you watched all of it, or skimmed to the end. I'm not telling. 56 minutes and 11 seconds is the best way to support a content creator. It gives a little algorithmic juice to the videos, and helps me continue to have a bustling and thriving community. So if you enjoyed the videos, if they brought you some joy or routine today, please do click the like button. It's the best thing you can do to help me out. Apart from that, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. See ya!